my scrappy friends, welcome to my channel today. I am working again on December daily. I'm just plugging along, and so you are going to watch me do day 2 and day 3 together. I tried to chunk these up into smaller chunks. I find that it's just easier for me, and then I have smaller videos to put together. So I did do some of these days together kind of like as a chunk. So you'll see that as we go on. But day 2, I am going to put on a 2 3x4 protector on the top and then 1 4x6 on the bottom. And so what I did was took those two that bottom one and put a 3x4 journaling card and then the 3x4 photo that I have of my tree, and that has the ornaments on it. You can't really see it unless you're close up. So to me, I guess it didn't really matter, and I'm trying to decide, okay, how do I want to put this? What kind of stuff do I want? I have that nice little printable card. I think that was from Salem Studios that I bought last year. I also am going to end up using another one that is, I think, from that same collection. And I just print those off. Any printables that I have, I print them off. I either use a really thin cardstock or I use presentation paper from Epson. I have an Epson printer, so that's what I generally use. It does mean that like my card that I'll use up at the top is muted. It's not as bright, so that is one of the downfalls to that. I find that generally my printer just prints a little bit muter colors than I would like. Sometimes I get it right and it works. So I think it's just me. It's error user. But just know that anytime you use printables, it could be something that happened. So it could take away from the experience of visually of what you want your album to look like. I don't really care. I like that it's not perfect, and that means if I do my journaling, like my card that I did up on the top, I did kind of fuss around and mess with that. So I'm also using some little pieces on my photos. Like I used This Cozy Moment. I think that was from the Ali Edwards kit this year. I think so. I got just a small kit from her. So it has just some of the small things, and actually that might be Paislee Press. That might be Paislee Press and not necessarily Ali's. As you can see, I messed up there. But it's super fun, and I like those colors. I like that light green. It's kind of like a minty, very light green. I like how it doesn't take away from all the other stuff, because I do have a lot of bolder colors. That too is from Ali Edwards. That is just her number system that she had this year, but a digital version. I accidentally bought digital, which is fine, because you know what? I just printed them all out and then I just cut them. If I had a silhouette or something, I probably would have did something in there and just tried to do like a print and cut type of situation. And then that, I think, is also a Salem Studio. That was from last year. Die cut. I cut a whole bunch of those out. Either that or is already cut out from something else, like Simple Stories or something like that. And then I just added some green, and I'm gonna add some copper thread to that and just kind of make a big mess. And I staple it because I don't want that thread to go anywhere, since it's all on top. And that will mean that I can't take the pictures out very easily, but for me, it's not a big deal. So now we're going to work on the other side. Now, so this is before I decided when to use that Moments of Joy card, as you can see. So I did put this in a different order than I actually created it. I don't think it really matters that much. But I did this other side for 3, and this is just going to be a story of my daughter. So my kids are with their dad for Christmas this year, which means that they are only in my album limitedly. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do, because we will do our Christmas together when I see them, or 2 of my kids at least. So I don't know. I might do like a fun little spread in my project life or something, or I might add a few extra pages to my album later, kind of documenting how we do Christmas gift giving. Since they are across the country, I decided I'm not going to send their gifts to them because they'll just come back. And so it's a lot easier. I'd be interested to see anybody who's listening who does kind of a on and off Christmas with their kids farther away, like how they do that and how they add it, like document that in their albums to keep it kind of together. But I did try to make sure that my kids were giving me some stuff for the album. So there is going to be some stuff of their holiday in the album. It's not a ton, but I did try to do some of that stuff, and I tried to ask them a few questions and get a few things that I can put cards in, especially for days that I don't have a lot of stuff. It kind of will end up being fun. So there I'm going to use that number. I did make the numbers different sizes when I printed them, when I put them. So I just put them in, I use Apple products, so I just put them in pages, and then I just dropped each number in, and then I made them different sizes. So some of them are smaller and some of them are bigger. I actually really like the bigger sizes though, so I kind of wished that I had did that with all of them. So who knows, I'm like partway through my album, so I might end up making them bigger. And for this page, I use that frame, and that picture is not a true 4x6 size, as you can see. I'm not sure if I put that in Becky Higgins, her app, the Project Life app. Sometimes I'll put my pictures in there and then print them, do 3, and the way that she has this assembled for the 6x8s, you can print them off that way, and it makes it nice and easy, but it doesn't really optimize your space for an 8x12 or 8x11 size, which is what I print most of my stuff on my printer. I can do smaller sizes. I just find that it works a whole lot easier for me to just do it on a big sheet. And you're going to see me probably do this quite a bit throughout my journey. I'm just taking really thin cardstock. So this is one that I got on Amazon, and I think it's Nina's cardstock. It's super thin. It is really thin. So it kind of works nicely for backing photos and stuff like this, because I know it's not as thick as a regular page. And so I'm just going to use this card from, I think that also was from the Allie Edwards store. And I'm just going to put the little story that she had to go get glasses today. So this is my oldest. I didn't realize how bad her eyes were, but I know over the summer we had been talking about it. And then she went with her dad and siblings to go see a movie, and she was having a very hard time reading. And we homeschool, and so they do a lot of stuff on the computer and up close. So I just don't think we realized how bad her eyes were, and she needed glasses. So she does only need them really for like reading and stuff. So for right now, she doesn't need them all the time, I guess. But I know this summer I had to get glasses And I'm pretty I don't know. I always wonder when they say that, like, what they really mean by that. But anyway, because not everybody is, sometimes you need it for reading, but sometimes you need it for reading farther away too, which I would think. But anyway, so that is my day, and I just added some little fun stickers to the rest of it and finished her up, and just made it really simple. So I'll talk to you guys later to show you more of my album. Bye.